Good morning. We're on day 4 of the GTO revival. I'm waiting on a oil filter to be delivered, so I'm gonna give you all some updates of what I'm working on. So I decided to get into the trunk. Had carpet in it. This is what happens. So any of y'all that are storing cars, Jeeps, Suzuki Samurais, if they're outside getting wet, get the carpet out of them, because this is what happens. I mean, this was in the barn and did this. This is probably honestly mice pee, but I'm going to scrape it, vacuum it, and I'm going to show you a product I use religiously in the business. Hard to get a hold of, but it's awesome. I use it on agricultural stuff, vehicles. This stuff will stop the rust and it'll never come back. The K20 I'm working on right now, I attacked the rust on the truck right off the bat and put this on it. Have not primed it, and it's sitting there outside, not rusting at all. So here's the original spare tire. Here's the plate I'm going to restore to put back on it. Found it in the car. I don't know, it wasn't on the car, but it's going back on the car. Original spare tire cover. Original radio. So, like I said, waiting on that oil filter, and then once it shows up, motor's turning over and free. Got it freed up last night. Had to cut a couple belts. The power steering and air conditioner belt were just froze on the pulleys, and I ended up just cutting them because I could not get it to turn over, and it felt like it was in the belts. You could see the belts, kind of flexing, so I cut them, and as soon as I cut them, it freed up. I didn't think it was stuck, and it definitely wasn't. But yeah, waiting on that oil filter, and then I've got to crawl under here and I'm gonna put my remote starter system on it, and then put the valve covers back on. But she's ready to see if she's got spark. Will be the first thing. Put the battery in there, make sure we don't have to call the fire department. I know that's not funny. And then I should be busting her off here in a couple hours, I hope. So use the remote starter, and then the spark tester, or I'll have hold a spark plug and see if it's got spark. My grandpa did that to me when I was a kid. So here's a couple other things I did last night. Ooh, that was kind of a little close up. I know it's dark in here. I got the back door shut. Electrician's supposed to come rewire this shop for me and put me all new LEDs in, but that way I can finish this car. But that door panel's clean. Started cleaning on the seats. Driver's side still needs a little bit more. Working on the back. I didn't do that back seat yet. I'm fixing to pull it out. Somewhere there's a mouse nest in there. It's gotta be. So pull that back seat up. I'm thinking it's under the back seat, and I'm going to show you why. If you look, you see that hole right there. So I'm thinking that they've got the Macondo in there. All right, next video will be firing it off. Talk to you later. We'll clean that trunk. I'll take some pictures of it before and after and during. That way you can see what this OSFO does, if y'all don't know about it. All right, y'all have a good one. See you in a few. All right, here's the last video of day 4. From here on, is going to have to order a lot of parts, and I'll probably get back on it maybe in a couple weeks. But go ahead and hook up my fuel tank. I'll show you that. I'm not going to lie, I've already started it. I don't have a tripod that's worth a damn, so it took us a little bit to get it to bump off. Had to redo one of the battery cables. Actually, the accelerator pump is pumping. Got a little lifter tap. Could just need to come around. Might need to adjust the rockers. I had that bent push rod, but I put the valve covers back on. I didn't want a major mess in here. you know, right off the bat. I'd rather do that outside the shop, but let me turn it around and I'll show you, let you hear it. Goes in forward and goes in reverse too. So the transmission is fine. Transmission fluid looks brand new, which is crazy. But here we go. All right, here's my external fuel tank. Holds, I don't know, about 3 gallons. Runs off a Ryobi battery. All right, let me come around here, and I had to cut all the belts off. Water pumps froze, which the belt started burning. I'll have to get all that, no big deal. Starter needs to be replaced. It's complete junk. Here we go. Yep, as you can hear it. Look at that. 50 years have been setting. And that lifter's getting better. We first got it running, it was clattering real bad. I thought it was on this side where the bent push rod is, but I actually think it might be on the driver's side. So I'll adjust everything, figure it out. Yeah, as you can see, I have to take all the belts off. So, and look at all this that came out. I mean, mouse, house, everything. But she ain't smoking. She sounds good. So go ahead and shut her back down so she don't get too hot. I'm kind of bringing her up to temperature without water in it. So, but that does it for now. Awesome. Move on to ordering a bunch of parts.